Morning, everybody. It's the 3rd of April. We are Signal Centre talking ball. Joe Neighbour, Ian Coleman and Steve O'Hare. Morning, gents.
Morning.
Episode 100 today.
Ooh. Oh, 100th episode today. Lovely.
100th episode, and it falls perfectly on a non-farm Friday.
Excellent. This is what it's all about. This is what we've been building towards.
Yeah. We set the specific start date because we knew that we were going to be in the midst of a crash, 100 episodes in on a non-farm Friday. This is when we're going to really come alive.
Yeah, this is where we sort of, we sort the wheat from the chaff.
Yeah, this is it. This is our big moment, guys. I'm expecting 10R today between three of us.
Well, Steve did that overnight.
Who's going to let us down then? Someone's going to let us down out of that because I'm going for 15R today.
Right, okay.
I'm not really.
Yesterday we had 3 trades, as we always do. Gun to the head challenge. 2 stop outs, copper and dollar Swiss. And
I'm having a poor run at the moment.
0.37R win on FTSE. So yeah, a bit meh. Really. Still up 65.53% in 100 episodes. So that's not bad going.
I'd expect a bit more, to be honest, really, from these 3 wise men. Only 13.
Who said that very convincingly, Steve?
Anybody seen the headlines overnight?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen any headlines that are worth sharing. There's a lot of headlines out there.
I saw a scrap of paper this morning.
The headlines you've seen, and just for
I can't believe what they're expecting for these non-farm payroll figures. I mean, you got over 6 million initial jobless yesterday.
Yeah,
and they're only reckon that the employment rate is going to go from 3.5% to 3.8%. I mean, really?
Yeah, but that's
sort of 10% somewhere.
Well, on all of the on FX Street and investing.com, that's what they've got. They've both got the same figure, 3.5 to 3.8, and then non-farm last month was a build of 273,000. They were only expecting a minus 100,000 print. I mean, how can that be right? That can't be right, can it?
You know what? I have to admit, I don't really know all the components of non-farm. So I suppose if we were a little bit more fundamental, we might have a better idea.
It just seems way off the mark, I would have thought. What's Saxo? Have you got Saxo?
They missed it by
Steve?
Yeah,
3 million yesterday, didn't they, on the consensus?
Yeah.
That's a big miss.
It was double, 6.4 or something, wasn't it?
800,000 claims in California alone, and there is now fears that the unemployment rate could surge to above 10% within the next 2 months.
So 0.3 build is a bit shit then, isn't it, really?
273 up 273, is that what they're thinking?
That was the last year. And then expecting minus 100k.
They haven't got an estimate in Saxo.
Oh, good idea. That's the best. That's the best idea they've had.
Well, listen. I mean, I think as if we're talking about it as traders, we're sort of looking at it thinking this is going to be a horror show. If it does come out as a horror show, then it's what we expected. So how's it going to impact the markets? If it doesn't come out as a horror show and comes out a lot lower because everyone's expecting these big numbers, that's positive dollar. So maybe it's it's one of those things. I think you're going to get the spike over that sort of 3-5 minute period, but it'll probably revert back.
I think really advice is not to do anything, isn't it?
Yeah, we always say this, don't we? I guarantee last month we said exactly the same thing, and I did dough on it. And
I've got into 2
swore blind I wouldn't trade it.
Yeah. Well, I've got into 2 crosses that shouldn't be affected, so that's the only thing I'm looking at today.
Is that what's that? Sterling against sterling?
Oh yeah. No, Sterling CAD on the back of that. It was on the back of that Trump news yesterday, saying that he'd had a chat with the Russians, his Raskis.
And then Putin said, "No, we haven't, mate. What are you talking about?"
Yeah. I think he I think he was in and out, wasn't he? Old Trump on that trade.
Yeah, probably.
Bought low oil and then sold it at the top.
Yeah.
So I got into Sterling CAD, which is looking all right.
Do you want to share your screen? Is that what you're going for today?
No.
Okay.
I'm going for Sterling Swiss.
You're going to give the viewers the other bit of shit that you don't like.
Keep the nice stuff for
your
premium channel.
This I like this. I like it. I like talking about the basket. We did a webinar yesterday talking about baskets and getting a bias in the morning. And we're talking about, I said about sterling, looking at these baskets and trying to get an outlook just on the single currency, not on the pairs. So sterling, I think, is going to break out of this wedge formation to the downside, and then CAD moved higher from this fib level 127. It's actually a confluence area, so you got higher CAD and lower sterling, and that was one of the main reasons why I was looking at sterling CAD. And Swiss, you've got a bearish wedge on sterling, which means lower, and then you've got a bullish wedge on Swiss, which means higher. So sterling Swiss, logically, you should be looking at sell trades, and you've got a lovely fib here, and you've got a wedge, and you've got a 13 count, and what else you want? Probably going to get a nice outside candle. In fact, this morning, let's have a look, just on these time frames. If you go to sterling Swiss, you've got quite a few strong sell-off candles in these different time frames, 2 hours, 45 minutes, and then going up basically. So I'm going for this one. Enough waffling.
Get it on.
You can get out of your long position again, Joe.
I'm still long of dollar Swiss.
Nice. Been all right there. It's had a little rally up this morning as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
20.48. I'm going for silly numbers. 12.45. Let's stop there.
So what are you doing? Are you not doing? You mentioned CAD. You're not doing CAD then?
No, I'm in it myself, but it's gone already. That one.
What you're bearish of
sterling CAD.
Yeah. Bullish of CAD.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So I'm going for that 7.8R. Selling sterling Swiss 120.48. Stop at 121.50. Targeting 112.45.
Okay.
That'll
me. Do nicely. Steve, you got anything?
I have got something, but I'll let you go first because someone on our trading community has asked to analyze CAD yen, so I thought I'd do that.
All right, fine.
Ooh.
Bye. Especially as Ian's saying it's going, the CAD's going up.
I better have a look at that one. Hold on a second.
Don't say anything yet. I don't think he's joined us. I've told him to join us live on YouTube if he wants to see me analyze it.
Let me just send the link out because I haven't done that today. I forgot. Caught up on all the excitement of 100 episodes. There we go. Join us live. So I'm going to jump on Ian's idea of CAD. Strengthening.
Well, it's going to be 15R today.
Well, that's what we're going for. You know, it's a 100 episode special.
Yeah.
Oz is selling off again. No massive surprise. Long-term downtrend. Sharp move lower this morning on Aussie CAD. Just going to try and jump on that from a momentum perspective for a move lower. I'm only targeting 2.25R, so it's not great. But you know,
stop in then.
All helps. Okay, bring the stop in then. All right, let's go above that candle, shall we?
Yeah, why not?
3.2R. So
that's a black candle there that you've just highlighted. So that'll never get back above there ever.
No, that's the hope. So 40 tick stop, selling at 85.54, target 84.15.
Like that.
Stop loss 85.95.
Well done, mate.
Cheers.
Right, this is for Uma Soya. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Doesn't sound right.
Is he here?
Well, I don't know.
Give us a wave.
You let me share. You're not letting me share, Joe, are you?
No, hogging
it. Right, here we go. Right, I'm analysing. These are my charts that I normally set up. So I've just added CAD yen, as you can see. Right, let's have a look at the weekly chart first. And straight away, I'm going to draw my horizontal trend lines in here.
Sorry to interrupt. What's TLRY?
Oh, shouldn't see that. Take that off.
It's a secret chart.
No, I'll explain that later, but I really shouldn't discuss it on air. Sounds all wrong now, but it's not. It's just a friend of mine I know who sort of like got an interest in that at higher levels, unfortunately. I know, but I didn't advise him, so don't worry. No. So as we can see, we November 16 we go back to. We've seen levels on CAD yen. Well, we've seen these two dips, and look at these candles on the weekly chart. These are all bullish hammers. Doji, bullish hammer, sell off, doji, all rejecting these lower levels. That's the first thing I see when I look at that. When I bring that Ichimoku cloud in, we can see there is resistance back here. We saw the big gap down here. So we have got this channel. Trading within that channel on a daily basis. The daily candle yesterday was bullish. So you know where this is going, don't you?
Yeah. Hopefully.
And obviously you could look at this and think, right, is this a bearish flag? But this is really a channel. It is more than a flag. A flag would normally see the dips,
head and shoulders.
Yeah, or basically it would be. Oh, I knew that would happen. Oh, it's all gone wrong now. Right, so normally in a flag, I'd prefer to see it going like this. Oh, I've gone all the way wrong about that. So sloping upwards, basically, you'll have the dip down here and then sort of like sloping upwards and then breaking lower. So this is more of a flat channel line. So get rid of that. And also we've got the Ichimoku cloud where we've got, see this blue line and this red line. You might not see it, these two lines here. Now, if prices do move slightly higher, you'll get that crossing over. That'll be a buy signal, and you'll have room up here to retrace this move, which is, 50% retracement is 79.33, 61.8 is 80.50. Wouldn't be surprised to see it back up there if we get this little move high today. So look at the hourly chart. So from a more short-term perspective, we've had the buy signal. The buy signal's here and the buy signal here. So you've got this nice candle here on the hourly chart, which is a morning star reversal. And then we've had the break above the cloud. That's a buy signal. So you buy it here. And also you've had the crossover from the trigger line and the baseline. That's a confirmation of the buy signal. So buy. That's what I'm going for today. And I'm going to put the stop at the bottom. Really, the stop should be at the bottom of this candle here, which is the one that broke up above the cloud. But I'm going to be a little bit more aggressive with this because that's the way I roll. And I'm going to go for move back to there. And who knows? It may work, may not work. But
non-farm payroll is the day to have a go, isn't it? A CAD,
yeah,
it's one of those markets that just, when it goes, it really goes. Yeah.
So I like round numbers. So I'm going to do 75.75 as the stop. The entry is it 76.22? Can't do anything about that. I've just got to enter.
37. 76.37.
Oh, it's moving as I'm speaking. Everyone's buying it as I'm talking about it.
Normally get Canadian unemployment on the same day, don't we?
Yeah, they've decided better against it, right? And I'm going to go for 78 because I love round numbers. It's not round number, but it sort of is.
Where would you stop on that again?
75, 78, 78, and we're long at 76. Whatever I just said, because it's 36. Moved higher. I'm 5 ticks on side now. Take profit now. Take profit now. So that's my trade idea for the day. Lovely. How many R is that? Oh, it's only 3.89. It's very disappointing.
Okay, well, if they all come in, then we'll be close to that 10 for 100 episodes, which is what we're going for.
Okay, that's what we're going for.
Okay, so news-wise, we sort of touched upon most of it. There's a big spike up intraday in stocks and oil on the back of President Trump saying that he's had a word with Putin and the Saudis to say that they're going to start cutting production. There was news out shortly after that from Putin's guy saying, "Don't know what you're talking about, mate." So it will come off a little bit from there. Dollar was pretty choppy. Sterling was pretty resilient, despite the fact that we've seen quite a big jump in the amount of deaths in the UK as a result of coronavirus. There's been a lot of controversy in chat over the testing numbers as well.
We've hit 1 million, haven't we?
Overall, we've hit 1 million, yeah.
Last night.
Yeah, and I think the sort of like thing about this is there was a chat on the community yesterday, and people, there's one guy saying, "Oh, why is sterling so strong if we're being so impacted by the virus?" But it's for everyone. Everyone's been impacted by it. The whole world. So yeah. it really sort of like negates itself.
Yeah.
Okay, you might get one country being impacted more by it than the other, and then you can sort of put a trade on, but that's more of a longer term trade. If you're trading on a daily basis, you can react to the headlines, but it's only going to be short term, that headline. Once the news is in there, it's in there.
I think the figures as well that people pump out, I think they should be based on per million population, because otherwise it gets disjointed, doesn't it? Because obviously you've got US that's fucking huge, and they're obviously going to have a lot more fatalities, but on a percentage,
over a quarter of the cases, haven't they, across the globe now?
But on a percentage basis, I wonder what that is on population. There is a graph out there somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to be low on population, but
because one of the highest is Switzerland, isn't it?
And then million. Swiss is a safe haven asset. So what are you going to do? So that sort of like, again, sort of like throws that theory into a bit of a spin. So I think it is a sort of, it's all analysing numbers, isn't it? And I think we've got to really focus on the fact that this is a virus, and people are dying of symptoms, underlying health conditions. So I think that, we sort of like got to be very careful how we sort of continue to cover it. It's just scaring the life out of people.
As the great book says, trade what you see, not what you want to see.
Yeah, you can't see a virus, can you?
No, can't see a virus.
Silent enemy.
Scientists can, obviously, because they got like binoculars.
Data-wise, we've touched, obviously, the big number today is the US non-farm payrolls. Expected a fall of 293,000, which seems ridiculous. So I think we're going to see a blowout on that. You've got to think the market's priced in some of that, hasn't it, based on the number we saw yesterday?
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's expecting a bad number.
Well, Dolly Inn's gone up this morning.
Ben. And then we've got US ISM non-manufacturing at 3 p.m. as well today. Not sure how much impact they will both have, but we shall wait and see.
Not for the faint-hearted today.
No.
What webinars are we doing, or are we not doing?
Yeah, we'll try and squeeze a few bits out. I might even try and live stream non-farm payrolls.
I'm going to say we could talk waffle over that, couldn't we?
Yeah. All three of us have a chat about it, maybe.
Yeah.
What over what?
Non-farms.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah.
Put a few
jump on it.
In and.
Yeah, we'll all pick a market and just say, right, what you're doing trading in this market.
Yeah. All right. We'll figure something out and come back later then.
Okay. All right.
All right. Cool. Speak to you all later then, guys.
Cheers. Enjoy.
Weekend,
have a good one.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Cheers.